Suhail, many years ago, I met with this guy. He's a businessman, industrialist, and said that I want my son. The son was in college, and he says, want him to get into politics. जैसे ही खत्म करता है उसको politics में डालना है. So I said, like, why? Contribute. He said, no, because all businesses need one person in politics to safeguard what you have, and two for expansion, क्योंकि सारे businesses जो हैं वो अब politicians ही own करते हैं, either benami or they own it. So this was quite a while ago, which made me think that what are we getting at? You need to get into public service to safeguard an existing business. It sounded ghastly.
But look at the logic. It sounds miserable, but look at the logic. How much money do people have to spend in order to fight an election? It's way beyond the prescribed limit by the Election Commission.
Sure.
Today, the Election Commission says instead of 20,000, 2,000 is the amount, cash remittance. All these political parties are minting money. Now, if I have to spend 10, 15 crores, I'm going to recover that 15 crores. How am I going to recover it? Not by being Mother Teresa. I will recover it in some form or the other. Who will I recover it from? People like you and me. Well, certainly not the two of us, because I won't even pay a dime.
Yeah.
But that's how the whole recovery process begins.
Yeah.
So my belief is that until and unless you make electoral funding really severe, look at England, for example. In any constituency you stand for in England, you can't spend more than £30,000. That's the limit. And they are hawkish about it. Even if you spend £1 more, you can actually be debarred. We have to follow that. And trust me, that day is not far. I advise the Tatas, if you see the Tatas, they have a transparent way of funding elections, which is based on two principles: track record and what achievements have you made from your last electoral winnings to the present. And it's all mathematically attributable. So there's no कि भाई आज मेरे को ना आपको 300 देने हैं,
But
मैं
you're
आपको दे
talking
दूंगा.
about a Tata, right? At the grassroots level, when an MLA election, a panchayat election,
Yeah.
that's where all you
You're
can't
right.
have these kind of rules. Your corporate rules are different, but all the money is actually coming in from the street. Where the shopkeepers.
Yeah, but
It's very
what
hard
Modi,
for
but
them,
see,
right?
but see what Modi's done, and I've said this publicly. It is by far the cleanest cabinet India's ever had. Ever.
Yeah, I believe there is in this cabinet or in this government, the rule is that even the slightest bit of taint and you'll have to leave. So there is this fear of danda all the time.
And I'm so glad. Now, are people making money? Some are making money in the name of the party. Some bureaucrats must be making money, or, people in certain departments or whatever. But I can tell you, and I advise some of the biggest industrialists in the country, each one has said, हमें अब दिल्ली जाने की ज़रूरत नहीं पड़ती, which means we don't need to go to Delhi ever again. Earlier,
That's euphemism for
you had
lining
to-
pockets.
lining pockets or, paying obeisance.
Right.
Today, the fact that Modi doesn't meet individual industrialists and would only meet you in groups, or the fact that they've given a lot of credence to the FICCIs, CIIs, ASSOCHAMs of the world, they are interested in policy. Once the policy is laid down, it doesn't matter who you are, what dispensation you come from. And this whole nonsense that Rahul Gandhi started, now that we're talking about corporates, about Adani and Ambani, two things. Number one, Rahul Gandhi, even if he tried hard, he wouldn't be able to employ a single person with an honest day's salary. Number two, why do you begrudge people who are doing well for the country? Adani hasn't, again, come out, stolen from a bank or done dacoity, neither has Ambani. Why do you constantly berate your own industrialists? Today it's just these two. Tomorrow it'll spread. And you will start having people at state levels. So suppose a Smita Prakash doesn't pay money to Mamta Banerjee, Mamta will start saying, Smita is bad. There is no end to this.
So, we were talking about this whole Adani Ambani business, which Rahul Gandhi keeps saying, and even Aam Aadmi Party, all their leaders of Aam Aadmi Party, they keep saying that Soot Boot ki sarkar bhi thi, and then they kept saying that it's industrialists who run this government. So there's this whole movement towards an anti-industrialist, or just two people becoming richer, whereas most of India is becoming poorer. The Congress even celebrated the Prime Minister's birthday as Berozgari Divas, if I'm not mistaken. So, on the other hand, people, say that you're crushing wealth, those who are wealth creators, job creators. You're going after them. So tell me, what is the right way? What is
So
the
let me give you facts. Today, Reliance Industries is the second largest employer of Indians and is the largest employer of Indians in the private sector. In September 2015, on the 5th, Radhakrishnanji's birthday, when Mukesh launched Jio, it dropped pricing in comparative terms by almost 60%. So today, India is the world's leading digitized economy. I mean, even Germany can't get its goddamn payment portals right. Who did that? A Mukesh Ambani. Now, you tell me there was Airtel, there was Vodafone, there were other players. Today, what has happened? Airtel is doing brilliantly. Vodafone Idea is in trouble, as they should be because of perhaps their service levels or whatever. Today, you have Jio, you have Airtel. Has Airtel been wiped out? No. Adani, when Adani actually made his initial money, it was during the Congress days. Please understand, he's in the infrastructure business. For a port to materialize, it takes about 14 to 15 years. Let's say he fast tracks it and does it in 9 years. It's still before Modi came to power. It's very easy for Rahul Gandhi or for anyone to take pot shots. It's the same Mamata Banerjee whose reckless, irresponsible member of parliament made comments about Adani. Who was the chief guest at the Global Business Summit where I was also present? Gautam Adani. So if they don't like him, why do they take his money? If Rahul Gandhi doesn't like Adani, why does Ashok Gehlot invite him to Rajasthan? Please also remember, I can understand political compulsions. But when political compulsions become personal, they can go personal as well. Where did Rahul Gandhi and his family for years get money for their elections? Did they go to Fiji or New Zealand? No. They got it from these people. Who did Ahmed Patel, who supported Ahmed Patel seek all the time? From Dhirubhai Ambani's time, he sought their, support and patronage. I think corporate India is doing a fabulous job. A, B. Today, the Tata Group under Chandra, and I'm deeply involved, I know, they've done fabulously well. Now, will you say that Modi is also supporting the Tata Group? When the Cyrus Mistry case happened, it went right up to the Supreme Court. It went through all the procedure. And when the House of Tata won, would you say that, oh, Modi got it done? I mean, this is ridiculous. And let me tell you, this Soot Boot Ki Sarkar comment delayed reforms by 2 years. And I know because Jaitley was finance minister and nobody wanted this. I will give you a fact. Gautam Adani has never spoken about it, but I can tell you it's 100% true. He owns the airport in Jaipur. He also owns the airport in Ahmedabad. He won't put his name there. Because obviously politicians must have told him, ki, apna naam mat dalo, we'll get into trouble. I mean, this is ridiculous. Here is a person, the bids are transparent. It's not as if, he's taken the airport under subterfuge. He's in the infrastructure business. Look at Mukesh.
So tell me, in this, would you advise what he did was right? It's political expediency. You get
No,
the
I
business.
think what he's done, what Rahul Gandhi has done is terrible.
I'm talking about, say, an Adani not putting the name. Not doing
Not
it.
at all, because I'll tell you one thing, and this is what I wanted to allude to earlier. You can only succumb to logic. The day you succumb to blackmail, there'll be no stopping you. They will blackmail you for everything. They will hold you to ransom intellectually. They will hold you to ransom monetarily. They'll hold you to ransom spiritually. Do you want that? And which is why I say this discussion in public domains on religion is a travesty of who we really are. We should not be talking about that. I should not worry if Smita eats beef or eats pork or eats chicken or eats gobi. I should be worried if Smita doesn't have enough food on her plate to eat.